to learn now. Now, I will first walk you through what are the course content that we are going to cover across in this course. Okay. So guys, is my screen visible to everyone? Yes, no, guys.
Yes.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, very good.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, this is basically the prompt engineering course that we are going to start it out. This prompt engineering course will give you an overview of writing out the good prompts. This will give you an introduction to how to test your prompt, which are the most important tools that you should learn in order to create the prompts, as well as how to implement them into the actual automation or a solution which can be very helpful for your business day-to-day use cases as well. Now, our basic course is basically divided into three parts. One is covering out the basics of prompts, then it is understanding tools and objective two, and the third part is going to be the real times project. Now, in the basics of prompt, we are going to start with the basics of Python, where I will teach you across how to write the basic scripts that is important for you to learn the prompt engineering, what are the basics stuff and the basic programming languages in Python that is needed for you to learn out so that you can start developing out that in the Python itself. Then in this basic of prompt, I will also cover across the major aspects that is about the basics of the Python itself. Now, in this Python program, we are going to cover all the aspects that is going to be the need, what are the prompt engineering, what are the applications of prompt engineering, and what is going to be the actual generative AI use cases in today's world. Then the module two of the basics of prompts cover across basics of prompt engineering, which includes writing out different prompts based using different sort of frameworks that are needed today in the prompt engineering world. Then you will also learn what are the different sorts of prompts. So prompting can be written out in many different ways, and which way is helpful for you in which scenario. That is something we will learn. Then we will learn around the parameter settings of prompt, like which all settings are critically important for you to learn so that you can create your prompts as well as you can fine tune those prompts according to your use cases. Then we will also dig deep into some of the use cases of the models that are being currently provided by some of the companies like Google, Microsoft, uh, Hugging Face. You have Llama models from Meta. All of those models we will cover up. We will understand which all model families are available for uh, which of the LLMs that are currently available. Then we will do the hands-on into prompt basics of prompting and basics of prompt strategies. Now, all of this, will, yeah. Now, ab, uh, all of this part that we are going to cover across uh, is going to have the hands-on practice course labs for you to do the hands-on, and you can also try to uh, do it at your pace at your workstations as well. Now, apart from this, the first topic is about the understanding of basics of prompt. Then the second is to understand the tools that are very important for you to learn today. Now, in these terms, we will start off with the Google AI Studio, where we will write our prompts. We will also test our prompts with the help of Python scripts, and we will also try to see how different models can be used for different use cases. That is the implementation with the help of tool we will do. Then we will experiment with some real time audio and some real time apps. I will also guide you out how to create those stuffs up so that you can use those things into your day to day activities. Then in the same module, we will cover across the uh, OpenAI Studio as well. OpenAI Studio is something just similar to Google AI Studio, but it gives you more option in terms of using the OpenAI model. Then we will also dig deep into creating out some supervised machine learning models with the help of OpenAI, where you will see how machine learning models can also be developed with the LLM with minimum and very minimalistic need of the data set that is needed. Then we will also learn across the OpenAI prompting in terms of code optimization and everything. And then this module will also cover across the multimodal text and the audio models as well, where I will teach you how multimodals work, how the text model works, how the audio models work, and how to use module for which of the scenarios that you are trying to implement. Then starting with the other two topics, that is going to be the introduction of RAG solution and introduction to Notebook LM. So anybody of you knows what is RAG? Anybody knows what is RAG? Yeah, guys. Anybody?
No.
Okay. So RAG basically means retrieval augmented generation, which basically means to restrict the amount of data that you are currently providing to your LLMs so that it only gives you the information related to those data that you have provided out, and it should not answer beyond that. So this solution is very helpful for those use cases whenever you are creating out generative AI chat solutions for your organizations. So if you're creating out some chatbot that needs to extract some information from different sources like your audio, some document, some website, some other thing, and you want to restrict it only to those sort of information of your company, that is where RAG solution comes into picture. Then there is a good tool that is known as Notebook LM that is used for doing some basics of utilizing it in day-to-day activity. This is not a tool for developing something, but this is something that you can use into your day-to-day activities as well. So once we complete out all these modules, then we will start off with the introduction to agents. Now, AI agents are taking the pace, and it is very important for you guys to have the knowledge of writing out agents. Okay, now agents can be created out using any low code, no code platforms that is available today. But what is behind those AI agents? That is very important for you to learn. So that is something we will be covering out in this session, where I will give you a brief introduction about AI agents. I will give you an introduction about some of the important components of those agents, which includes tools and function calling on the prompt, and all of those things will be covered out, and all that will be clubbed with your hands-on practical labs. So you will start to build your AI agents after this, and you will be very comfortable that how AI agents are needed out, and how and for which application or use case we need to identify where I can implement the AI agent. So if your organization needs to build out AI agents, you will be the first ones to give them a proposal that yeah, we can develop out these AI agents. What are the specific use cases and how we can develop? That is all we are going to cover in that AI agentic space. Now, after you guys get comfortable uh, with the prompt engineering, AI agents, and all the integrations that you can do with the help of prompts, then we will dig deep into the some of the real-time projects. Okay, so we will start with the invoice processing solution. We will do the video analysis solution, and there I will also give you an introduction about a tool that is known as low-code, no-code platform. That is a Langflow. Now, this Langflow gives you an automated version of creating out the generative AI solution, just like your RPA solutions you have today. So I will also give you a walkthrough around this platform. I will also teach you how to integrate for your day-to-day activities and for your different use cases as well, and how you can use this Langflow into your RPA journey also. If you have some RPA use case and you want to use Langflow into your RPA, I will also guide you up there. And apart from this, I will be teaching you how to create sentiment analysis app and some of the experimentations, like if we have multiple prompts, what is the concept of chain of thought prompts, or why we need this sort of a prompting technique as well. I will also guide you through that. And then the last will be giving you an introduction about the RAG agents in Langflow and automating your use cases which you are working today in your organization with the help of prompts, and where your automation will be helpful with the help of prompting that is going to help your help you in long run. So all of these are the topics that we'll be covering across in this session and then in this course. Anybody has any questions around? I am happy to answer as of now. Any question, guys, about the course content that we are going to cover?
Mm, I have one question on the REST based approach. Like, is it like the same thing that from a big source of data we are expecting, we are limiting our output to an extent via prompts?
Yes, that is exactly what RAG is.
Okay, thank you. And the link you have sent, it is not opening at my end actually. It is throwing an error.
No worries. I will. We can take it offline as well. But yeah, I will just walk you through the code itself, and then you can do it at your pace at uh, after the session also. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody has any question? And can you ping me your uh, email ID here,
Okay.
Kushbu?
Hi,
Um,
Ankush. Lakshmi here.
This is Arijit, not Ankush.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we get the recording of C sections if I miss any section?
Uh, who is this? Lakshmi. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You will get that, Lakshmi.
Okay. Thank you.
Khushbu, are you sharing your email ID?
yes, Arijit, I am sure.
So anybody has any doubts around the session, what we are going to cover across?
Uh, Prakash here, Arjit. So I
Yeah,
saw one more invite for A double A means agentic AI. So that is what is this cover in the same course curriculum or there is separate session for that one?
no, it will be covered in the same course only. Your AI, I will basically start off with prompts, then giving you an advanced understanding of AI agents, and then integrating it for doing some automation solution.
Okay, so it is a part of this curriculum, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So after completing this course means we are able to create any means we are able to confidence in creating AI agents, right?
yeah. So you will learn across how to create out AI agents. You will also be ready to identify which solution or which uh, use case is good for AI agents.
So yeah, so actually I am working in UiPath RPA developer. So I am implementing some use cases in my project. So how it is helped me in my
See,
RPA role.
uh, using UiPath is in itself basically it is helping you to create out automation, which is more of a repetitive and rule-based things, right? But
Okay.
AI agent is going to go one step beyond. That is going to do some intelligence using its own understanding and doing an automation on top of it. Okay, so in this course, what you will learn is how to use AI agents. And then if you want to integrate it with your UiPath, it's also feasible. And if you want to integrate with any other tool like your Automation Anywhere or any other tool you want to integrate, you will find it very easy to integrate them out. And in our last session, I have seen that people have started to integrate from this session itself. People were able to integrate prompts, and they were also integrating those prompts in the RPA itself. And they were able to create out very good automation and the solutions that was very good to see from the implementation point of
Okay, so for learning this generative AI, so Python is the must skill required,
view.
I
Yes,
think.
Python is must skill, and that is also I'm going to cover it out in this session, and that is from where we are going to start it out.
Okay. So I think last week also UiPath also launched Agentic AI in their
Hmm.
new product. For that, I think that we can integrate after learning this thing. I think so.
Yes, you can. And AI agentic is going to come up with lot of RPA tools as well. But I would preferably say you start learning about the agentic AI frameworks and the Python based scriptings as well alongside, because that is the future. RPA is there, but RPA is able to do up to certain extent. But
Hmm.
people are going beyond the RPA now with the help of AI agents.
Because now AI is also collaborating with this generative AI to get all the latest technology in that with new products. So it is will helpful
Yes,
we learn this thing.
yes,
Yeah.
that is
So
going to be helpful.
mm,
So I have been working with the Google Cloud. I have seen a lot of good products that are going to change this space. And I see if you start to learn those basic stuff, you will be very good in the demand in the market today. But learning those skills is very critical today. Okay, AI agent is the need for today. Prompt engineering was the need for 6 months before. Now AI agent has come up. Now it is going to improve over the period of time. Okay, but you have to start somewhere, and if you have to start, you have to start it now. I feel like.
yes, yes. Okay. Thank you for the curriculum information.
Thank you, Prakash. Ankush, you there? Ankush, you there?
Yes, Arijit, I'm there.
Yeah, Ankush, can you just cover out the for the new joiners who have joined for the first time, can you just cover out how to reach out to you and what will be the fees curriculum for this
Sure,
course?
sure, sure. Guys, so fees and everything we'll discuss in the end. I'll share you the YouTube link over here. Right, you can go through that, and there we have done 2 sessions. So today we need to proceed a little bit ahead, right? And so Arijit will be proceeding ahead. But yes, I'll share you the YouTube link where we have the tools, where we have whatever content we have delivered. Probably we have delivered just 1 to 2 hour session till now. You can go through that. Pretty ordinary, pretty introductory, right? But I'll share you the link over here. Yeah, Arijit, I think you can continue from there.
Okay, thank you, Ankush.
Yeah.
So Khushbu and Sai, are you able to open up the script now?
Uh, yes, Arijit, I'm able to open
Okay,
them.
Since
perfect.
I'm
Okay,
working from mobile, right? I'm not able to. Maybe later I'll
no
try
worries,
from laptop. Yeah.
no worries. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to start today is what are the basics of Python and what are the important things that are needed to learn from the prompting perspective or the generative AI perspective that is important for you to learn. And for doing this practicals and doing this hands-on lab, we are going to use the Google Colab. Okay. Now this why we are using this Google Colab? This Colab comes up with a very easy to use platform, and this is very like open source tool and IDE that is very easy for you to pick up, and you can also start to utilize it from the scratch itself. Now, when you go here, it asks you for a couple of options, like these are the options, whether you want to use some AI assistants power, whether you want to go for some licensed version of the Colab, or whether you want to use some GitHub repo or any of those things. All of those things are available here, and it is very easy to use this platform also. Now, what this tool gives you the capability is that you have a Gemini integrated into this tool. So if you are finding any problem in analyzing your file or writing out any code, you are finding a challenge, you can just ask Gemini as well alongside. Now, what we are going to start today is the basics of Python. Now, can anybody tell me how many data types we are having in Python? Any idea, guys? Khushbu, Sairam, anybody?
Data types are basically integers, strings, floats.
Correct.
These are
Sort of those things are there, but there are many different types of like data types that are available in this uh, Python. First is your numeric data type. Okay. Now in numeric data type, you can just define a variable and give it input. Okay. Then it is able to identify like what is the data type of that variable that you are trying to put it across. Okay. Now I will put a number 1 equal to 10. Okay. I have created out a variable and I have just assigned it some value. Okay. And then it is able to give me the output and its designation as well. Now let's try to see what is the type of this number. Okay. What is the data type of this number? So you can see that the data type of this number is integer type. Okay. Now let's create it out a floating number. And you can see if you are able to give this numbering itself, it's able to define out the data type by itself only. So the Python is very flexible in this term that you don't have to define the type of variable to it. And based on the values you are providing it into the variable, it can create out the it can create out the variable for you, and it can auto assign its data type according to the variable you are trying to provide it. Now,
Even
if I provide in, sorry,
yeah, same thing happens in JavaScript.
correct. Same thing happens in JavaScript as well. And why this is being used today more often, because this Python has a lot of libraries that are available for you to use on a very quick basis, and a lot of now integration for the machine learning, generative AI are more focused towards the Python based development. Okay. And even though these integrations are available for your Golang, it is available for your JavaScript, it is available for your other languages as well. But the basic and the most important will be to understand it from this perspective that is known as Python. Okay. Now, similarly, you have the booleans as the variable. You can also assign the strings and the booleans as well, and everything is auto assigned to it. Okay. Now, let's create out a list type of variable. Now, this variable, we will just give it a variable. Okay. Okay. Now, can anybody tell me if they have to access a particular element of this variable, how we can access that?
by indexing.
Sorry?
By indexing, we can access like
Correct. But how can we provide that indexing here?
uh, list, then square bracket 0, 1.
After the
Perfect.
list, you can use the square braces.
Perfect. Correct. Now, if I have to give this as the index, it extracts 1. And if I give it as 5, it will not give me. Why it has not given me anything here, even though I have 5 elements in it?
Because the indexing in Python starts from 0.
Perfect, right. And if I will give it as 4, it gives me banana, right? And there is another way of finding the length of this, that if you just provide the length here. You can see that is your total length of the list as well. Okay, so list is also very important for you to learn. Then apart from this, if you have to add some element into it, how can you do that? Any idea on that? Let's say I have I have to add one element into it. Okay, now guys, I have to add this into this list itself. How can I add it? What are the commands for doing that? Can anybody tell? Chai, Khushbu, anybody?
Append, maybe, I'm not sure.
Correct. If you use append, and if you give this variable, see, it has added up that. Okay. Now, this is the way you add any variable to it. Okay. Now, let's say if I give this list some different variable, I'll want to change the value at a particular index itself. Let's say I want to change 2 with some value. Sorry. Okay, so this way you can also change the value at a certain index as well. Okay, and what I've done is I have just added a new element to it, that is using the append. And if we have to change any value of the existing index in the list, you can just assign that with the help of that index number, and then you can change it out. Okay, so this is basically known as list. Okay, now apart from this list, you can also like iterate through each and every element of the list using for loops. Okay, and anybody have you know dictionary? Have you used dictionary into your coding somewhere?
Yes, Karijit.
Okay, perfect. Let's try to create it out here. Okay, now if I have to print any element of this dictionary, how will we do that? Any idea?
Key and values here is dictionary, so it can
So first thing you have got is keys. Okay, that means this name, age, and city are the keys for you. Okay, and similarly, if you want to access through items, like values, then you can get in the items as well. Okay, and just in case if you want to iterate through values, you can also iterate it with the help of values. Okay, So it can give you Bob, age, and the country as well. Okay. Now, just in case if you want to get a value of a particular uh, parameter only. Okay. Why I'm teaching you guys this thing is because it is going to be used into your prompt activities. Okay. So start learning from that aspect because it is going to be very useful when we are going to write out the prompts in the future. Okay. So when I use a name, you are able to get the name as well. So that means you can iterate through all the elements that are available in the list, and it is very important for you to know what is the uh, key of that item for which you want to extract out the data for. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Are you clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So now, how do we write out the functions here? Okay. In order to write out the function, we use a definition variable. Okay. Now, this variables can functions can come of you can create it out of any data type. Okay. Like you can create this asynchronous function, synchronous function. There are a lot of different functions that you can create out in Python. Okay. But the most important thing is how you define it and what is your function name and what is your variable name. That is very important for you. Okay. So use these using this definition only, you are able to create out the function. Okay. Now, every function will have some sort of a return statement, and it should have a good, it is a good way and a good practice as well to always define the object of that function while calling it out. Okay. Now, I have just created out a function that with the function name is greet, and I've given it a value that is world. Okay. So it printed out me hello world. That means I have given it a function. Within the function, I have given a print statement hello and the name. Okay. So these are the basic important things for your uh, for writing out any Python, any basics of the Python first. Okay. Now, can anybody tell me why do we do these sort of imports today in Python? And what is the help of these pip commands in Python? Anybody?
With the help of we can install the library uh,
Perfect.
so that we can
Right.
access that particular uh, set of packages inside the Python.
Perfect. Right. Now, this is very critical. Uh, any library that you are going to import in Python will have the pip commands. Okay. Just remember this syntax that is something we are going to use across in our Colabs coding that we are going to follow. Okay. Now, in this, you have the pip commands, and you can give in the package name that you want to install, and then this package gets installed into the current session of your Colab or the instance of the page where you are working out. Okay, and then there are many different types of packages that can be imported in these uh, Python IDEs. Some are very straightforward. These are something which are very standard and very generic to use. Okay, so for these sort of libraries, you will not need to use any sort of a pip command. These will be pre-installed into any of the Python IDEs that you're going to use. Then there are another level of libraries for which you will always have to use the pip commands because these libraries will not be pre-installed into any of the Python IDE that you are working in. Okay, so for that purpose, you will have to always import you always have to first install the libraries, and then you will have to import that according to your needs. Okay, now, even as we talk, this Google dot generative AI that I have imported and the library that I've installed, this will have a lot of functions in it. Okay. And those functions are something very important for us to learn because that is something we are going to use in our future activities and our future use cases also. Now, every library and every LLM or prompt that we are going to write will have its own library, and it will have its own packages that needs to be installed. Okay, so if you are working in Google, you will have to use the Gemini based libraries. If you are using into OpenAI, you will have to use the OpenAI libraries. And if you are into Llama, you will have to use the Llama based library. Okay, and that is super critical for you to understand. Now, function calling is something very important, but I also want you guys to understand from the concept of how to write out a REST API calls. Okay, that is very super critical for you today. Okay, now let's create out a simple REST API call. Okay, so can anybody, this is basically a function call only. Okay, now can anybody tell me what are we doing in this function actually that I've just written? Anybody?
It is basically getting the topic name model and
Correct.
what the tone is, like how we have written the message, like it's happy, sad, or maybe neutral, some sort of tone.
Perfect.
And we are
Perfect.
getting the output as generated from like whatever the output we will get from that. Is it informative, is it GPT-3, like, and you have provided the prompt data like as an example. So that if we provide any input, then it will provide output in a basic manner. Three type of things: topic, model, and tone as a generated prompt.
Perfect. Nice, Khushbu. This is what actually we are trying to do. Okay. What we are doing is write a text about the history of artificial intelligence using GPT-3 model, and the tone should be informative. Okay. Now I have created out a dictionary. My dictionary had three keys, that is topic, model, and tone. And then I have called my function that is generate prompt, and I have passed this dictionary into it. And when I have passed that dictionary, I am able to get out what are the basic important parameters that are available from my input that I wanted to extract. And then just I have given it as a output in the form of a statement that is just basically these string sort of a format. And there I am extracting all these stuffs and I am passing it across into the string variable. Now, this is something very important for you to learn as well. Like when you are doing the concatenation in Python, this is also one of the ways where you do it. Okay, you provide in a basic function name and then you pass in the variables, and those variables can be utilized into the string for your string concatenation. Okay, so this is something known as function calling and the integration with any variable that you are trying to use. Now, when we talk of prompt engineering, or when we talk of any of the use cases where we are developing out something, REST API call is very important for you. Okay. Now, what are REST API calls? Can anybody tell me? And how many different types of API calls we have today?
API calls are basically sending the request to the particular services like get, post, and update. So these are kind of API calls.
Correct. And what are the components of REST API calls?
Sorry?
What are the components of REST API call? If we have to do a REST API call, how do we do it?
Like input parameter, authentication key.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Headers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So every API call always consists of your endpoint URL for which you are trying to send out the request. Then you find out the type of method you are trying to do, whether it's a GET request, POST request, or any other sort of a request that you're trying to do, then it will always have a header. Okay, in the header, it can have an authentication, it cannot have an authentication. Okay, it can have some bearer tokens, it cannot have some bearer tokens. Okay, then it will always have some parameters. Parameters can be something which are very specific to any endpoint or the APIs that you're trying to send a request to. So sometimes if you're creating a simply using an open source like a open source weather API, you will still have to provide in some parameter. That parameter can be anything like your geological location, your city name, your country name, or anything that can be. Okay, and then it also always consists of some body where somebody can, if the parameters are covering all the aspects that needs to send a request to the API, then body is not needed. But if in the some body parameters are defined, then you will also have to use that. Okay, now in Python, it is very simple to create out some API request. Okay, now in Python, the most important thing of sending the API request is via the libraries that is known as requests. Okay, now this request library is an pre-installed libraries into any of the Python IDEs. So you don't have to use any pip commands to create out such Python to create out the REST API calls. Okay, first you import out your package that is known as request. Okay, then you provide in the request method with the sort of parameters that you want to provide in. Okay, now this method this I'll also show you one more. So you can see this is the request I have given. Okay, now after you click over here, you can also see the definition of that function also, or the method that you're trying to send a request to. Okay, it is very important for you to see through it what are the important components and what are the optional components over here. Okay, now here you can see when I hover over here, you can see in the parameters, it is defined like what is the sort of request that we are trying to do that is important for it. Then URL is required. Now it says parameters are optional, data is optional, JSON is optional, headers is optional, and cookies and rest of the parameters are optional for you. But if you need it, you can define it, but that are not essential to send out any request. But you should know what all important parameters are available that you can pass into your request in order to get out the results from your APIs. Now, this is one way of creating out the request in the APIs. Now, I have taken up a simple placeholder API, and that is very open source sort of a library. I have given the API URL. I am making a function call to it. And for this API, I'm using the GET request. Okay. And in this, when I send out a request, I'm able to get out the output that I am getting it from the particular API. Okay. Now, if I want to access any part of it, I can just write get, and then I can just write in ID. If I want to extract the ID, I can extract that. If I want to extract any other parameter, you can extract it based on your requirement. So this is very important for you to use across in Python for any prompt engineering use cases or any of the LLM integrations. Okay, now you have seen that I have also added up try and exception here. This is just like your try and exception block in any other languages. Okay, you just try to give it the try, and then you give the sort of exception that you are catching out, and then you can return out this error as well, just in case your API is not able to give out the right sort of responses. Okay, so are we good till here, guys? Any questions over here in the concepts that I've covered? API request, JSON, function calling, and different data types. Any questions here, guys? Khushbu, Sai, are you clear with it?
Yes, Abhijit.
Sorry.
Yes, Abhijit, no question. Just
Okay,
now.
perfect. Okay, great. Now, what I'm going to share you across is one of the important aspects of one of the tool that I'm going to show you. So, how many of you have used Gemini today? Anybody have used Gemini?
No worries.
Somebody said yes.
Yeah,
Who is that?
Yes,
We'll
it's
take
a
it,
AI
sir.
tool, right?
Okay, so you are using Gemini. Okay. Now, in Gemini, can anybody tell me what are the new advanced features that you see across there? Yes, no, guys. Sorry. Anybody?
Like you're talking
Uh,
about the deep research or something like that, right?
correct.
Yes.
Like that only. So you know about that?
No, not much. Like I did see the features and all, but I did not try it yet.
Okay, perfect. So I will just show you one of the examples of uh, this tool. Okay. Now this tool has lot of functionalities and lot of other features also. That is known as gems, and it also gives you a functionality to do the chat with this mode. Okay. Now all the basics that we have done today, we will just see how we can create out any apps using just with the help of prompts today. Okay. And there is one more important concept that I'm going to cover using this. It is known as embeddings. Okay. That is very important in terms of uh, anything that you are trying to do today in terms of generative AI and how the LLMs are able to understand the uh, data or the functions behind any of the large language models. It is known as embeddings. Okay. And that embedding is something which I'm going to show you today. Okay. But before I go there and I dig deep into that, I want to show you this tool and I want to show you two of the important capabilities that it is having. Okay. Now, in this tool, there are two important things that are very important today. That is something known as deep search. Okay. Now, this deep search is basically giving you a deep analysis across any of your uh, information that you want to extract from the open source world today. Now, I will ask it a question. Can you give me the features of UiPath agentic platform that is uh, launched last week? Now let's see what it does. Okay, so are you able to see these things? What it is trying to do? So it is trying to search through website. How it has identified? It has identified by itself. Okay, that this is the data the user is trying to express. Okay, that we have asked something around UiPath. Okay, and all of that has been uh, feed into this model, and this model has started to do the analysis. It will go into the websites. Okay, and in each of these websites it will try to understand these 8 important things. Okay, and all these tasks that are being done in this UI itself is something known as agentic flow. Okay, because it is able to understand what the user is trying to say, and it is able to adapt it according to the user's need, and then it is able to give a result which is very uh, specific to a particular use case that the user is asking for. Now it does the search for the website, then it analyzes the research, and then it creates out the report. Okay, and let's say if you want to do any addition in this plan, okay, or you want to add something to this plan, or you want to do something, you can actually add it up. Okay, now let's do the searching part of it. This opens up a window for you. Here it will be doing all those analysis for you, and then it will be giving out you the most relevant results out of it. Okay, now this is the most important part for you to learn, that is known as deep search. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just giving it a right sort of a prompt. Okay, if you give it a right sort of a prompt, it is able to generate out the right sort of result for you. Okay, and to do that, that is what uh, is very important for you to learn prompting. That is why it is very important for you to learn prompting, and the magic behind that happens with the help of a embeddings itself. Okay, now I will cover out the embeddings in just a minute, but first I want to show you this tool and its actual utilization. So it takes generally a lot of time, and but you can see how the analysis is being done across on your data that you are asking for certain information. Now, this is a basic and the most beautiful example of AI agents.
Archit, this Gemini 2.0 Flash, is it based on like GPT 4.0 or GPT 3.5?
No, it is a different one. This is a Gemini class, but it is comparable to that. Okay.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
in this Gemini family, we are having lot of different models that are coming into picture. Okay. Now,
Yes.
even 2.5 Pro, that is the latest version of the Gemini family, and
Mhm.
this family is having the and this family is the most advanced for family of Gemini, and this has claimed that it is having some more advanced and a better results as compared to GPT.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Now it is very important for you to learn from this aspect, like which all like tool families are available in the Gemini itself. Okay, let it take some time. In the meanwhile, I will just walk you through one more aspect that is known as Canvas here. Now, just a second. Okay. Now, uh, this platform also gives you a capability to create out some sort of a starter apps or code, generate out a code specific to your needs, and you can create a sample apps using this Canvas itself. Okay. Now, I have created out a app that will give you an idea around what is the meaning of embeddings and why we need those embeddings. Okay. Now, let me just ask it to write a simple text. Are you able to see these things? That it is able to create out some mathematical model for it. Now let me ask it a different one. Okay. Now, can anybody tell me what is the need of converting this text into this embeddings or the mathematical representation of this text? Why we need it? Can anybody of you tell me? why it is needed in the LLM world today. Anybody, any idea?
It's kind of neural networks which have immediate connection, that word, that response it will be giving.
Perfect. Right. Now, basically, all the LLMs have a very huge data set that is available today in its corpus. Okay. But to give the answer that is most relevant to the user's need, it converts all the text into a mathematical models. Okay, at its backend. Now, whatever you are trying to type it out, okay, whatever you're trying to type it out, it's able to create out a mathematical model. Okay, now this mathematical model is very important in terms of LLMs or in terms of generative AI applications, because this is what helps you to create out a background database for your LLMs. Okay, so if you're creating out RAG applications, you will need this. If you're creating out any generative AI applications where you want to extract information from your databases, you will need this. Okay, and all the text that is available today in the market or anything that you want to customize according to your use case is all stored up in the mathematical model at its backend. Okay, now, this concept of storing the embeddings into a database is known as vector DBs. Now, vector DBs are nothing but your mathematical representation of your text in its database. Okay. Now, I will show you a couple of examples in the coming classes, but here I just want to give you an idea around what it is actually. Okay. So, any questions? Any questions you have according here? Any question, guys? Harish, Khushbu, Sai, any questions you have, guys?
No worries for that matter.
Okay. It's fine, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Fine.
Okay. Now I will also show you one of the good things of it. Can you also create an app for me which gives me idea about art? Let's create it up. Now you will see that it will automatically create and write a code at its backend for me. Okay, and this all UI will change according to the prompt I have given to it. Just a second. Can you see, guys? It's how easy it is to create out codes today. All the codes are generated out for you with just with the help of a certain click itself. Everything it was able to create out, and it is able to create out an starter app for you. Can you also give me an app for it?
And is there any
Google.
way like to deploy the application?
Yeah, you can get this code and you can use that across. That is one way.
Uh-huh.
But in order to deploy it out, you can also try to deploy it on Google Cloud also.
Ah,
GCP is also one of the options that you can use.
yes. Okay.
Okay, and these apps are very cool, and these apps are very very easy to build out. So all you have to give out is give it a clear set of instructions. And see, at the back end, it is writing all the code for you. Okay. The better you write, the better the prompt is going to be. The better you write, the better your output is going to be. Okay. So in this case, it needs a API key. But if you even provide that up, it will be able to create out those things for you. Okay. Now I will just quickly show you that deep analysis, deep insights analysis also, deep search analysis. Okay. Okay, it's taking bit of a time. Uh, but yeah, these are the topics that I wanted to cover across today so that I can give you an idea across what are the basics of Python that is needed out in doing these prompt engineering, and also to cover out all the basic aspects and give you some brief around generative AI tools, how it is being developed and how it is being utilized today in the open source market.